New Zealand is about to achieve something Australia's been unable to do. Tomorrow it's introducing an emissions trading scheme. The immediate impact will be on householders who will be hit with a 5% increase in the price of electricity, and fuel will go up by around 3 cents a litre. Critics say the largest polluters aren't paying their fair share, and they're convinced the scheme will do nothing to lower emissions. The government's pushing ahead regardless, but acknowledges New Zealand's limited by the failure of major trading partners like Australia to adopt their own schemes. The ABC's Philippa McDonald reports from Wellington.
A chilly Wellington morning and Molly Malouche is warming her house.
Our power bills are phenomenally low, partly because we picked the best supplier for us, and partly because we do use firewood and we use the fan heater for immediate comfort. And, we're just careful with how we manage the heat.
Not just careful, but by her own admission, frugal. And as a member of Grey Power, Molly Malouche fears for the fate of older New Zealanders who are facing hikes in their electricity bills as a result of the introduction of an emissions trading scheme.
Every time you get a price rise, a new bunch of people can't budget. And they cut out essentials. They buy bad food, they don't go to the doctor, they don't meet their commitments.
The hard truth around climate change is there is no free lunches. If you want to make change, if you want to reduce emissions, there is going to be a cost.
The hard truth for New Zealand is it's been trading on a clean green image when its greenhouse gas emissions have increased by 25% since 1990. In the past 10 years, New Zealand has trebled the amount of coal it burns for electricity. And in the last 5 years, New Zealand has cut down more trees than at any stage since the 1930s. Environment Minister Dr Nick Smith says New Zealand had to introduce an emissions trading scheme to try and meet its Kyoto target to cut its emissions back to 1990 levels.
It's the efficient way in which a country can constrain its emissions. New Zealand's emissions are up about 25% on 1990.
Agriculture accounts for half of New Zealand's emissions, yet it's exempt from the ETS until at least 2015.
We will not be proceeding with ramping up the scheme unless there is significant progress in other countries. We're a very small country and we've got no ambition to lead the world.
New Zealand's emissions trading scheme puts a price of $12.50 for every tonne of CO2. The government wants that to be an incentive for investment in renewable energy, energy efficiency and forestation. But consumers will foot much of the bill for the ETS, around $165 a year.
We're expecting the price of petrol and diesel to move relatively quickly, 3.1 cents a litre on petrol, 3.4 cents a litre on diesel, a cent per kilowatt hour, which is about a 5% increase in the electricity price.
5, 6, 7, 8, throw it out, it's not too late.
While the government says recent tax breaks will more than cover the increased costs, many New Zealanders aren't convinced. They say it's a costly burden when the country is just coming out of recession.
Don't create a tax that harms families who are just trying to meet their budgets, because families and farmers are the backbone of this country.
Leading scientists, policy analysts and economists here have raised doubts about the effectiveness of New Zealand's ETS. They say while it's a step forward, it doesn't go far enough. It's not likely to make much of a difference, and those that pollute the least will pay the most.
Economist Simon Terry says householders are left to pay because so many big polluters are exempt from the scheme.
52% of the charges land on householders, and that's despite them accounting for only 19% of emissions. If you take householders together with small businesses, with transport and commerce, it brings the total to about 90% of the bill falling on those who actually account for only 30% of emissions.
The way the scheme will operate will in effect subsidise emitters for a very long period of time, decades and decades.
By not going further with its ETS, New Zealand may fall short of living up to its brand of being 100% pure. Philippa McDonald, Lateline.